If you are looking for Star Trek decal sheets, if you are looking for Star Trek model kits, or many other genre modeling kits or accessories, make sure to check out Cult TV Man's hobby shop. That's culttvmanshop.com, where you can find these decal sheets available for pre-order, and available for purchase you will find the USS Cerritos and the USS Enterprise from Strange New Worlds. Welcome back, everybody. Today we are looking at another decal set. This is the Aztec Decal set for the USS Enterprise from Strange New Worlds. This model is in 1/1000 scale. It's a little bit larger than the classic Enterprise, which was 1/650th scale. This is about 18 inches long, and it is a gorgeous looking model. Now, even right here, you can see just done in a very basic silver base coat. It's a good looking model, and frankly, it would still look good even if you just left it just as it is right now and put on the marking pennants and the Enterprise name. You'd have a good looking model. But of course, the Enterprise and most Starfleet ships from Star Trek have a very, very intricate hull pattern, which modelers love to add to the ships. And one way you can add it is with the Aztec decals that we're going to look at today. So here's our look at the packaging, a shot of the Enterprise authentic surface detailing, and of course a picture of one of the decal sheets. Along the back, another couple shots of the Enterprise to show off that intricate hull pattern we have. 3 different sheets. Pretty basic packaging, but it does its job. It protects the decals inside. Now I also have with me today this version of the decals. This Enterprise kit was originally released to match the Enterprise as it was when it was shown in Strange New Worlds. And so this decal sheet was kind of put out when the model came out. And then of course, when they did Star Trek Strange New Worlds, they had updated the CGI model for the Enterprise. So the new set is accurate to the ship as it is now, as it's seen in Strange New Worlds. So we'll look at both decal sets, and then we're going to decal our model. All right, I've got my 2 decal sets here side by side. Now, I want to make clear, this set of decals is not from the original run for the Enterprise from Discovery. This was a second run they did, kind of middle of 2024, and it looks like this might be their newer decal manufacturer that's also doing the new one. I just went back and I looked at my video from when the first round of decals came out, and it does look like it was a different manufacturer then, different kind of decal paper. And of course, I've got all sorts of Aztec decals still set in my stash from other builds. This is probably the best one. This one was Cartograph decals. They are an Italian company who make just absolutely fantastic decals. This, I believe, was from the Deep Space Nine set, but clearly a different decal maker than what we're looking at today. This manufacturer, I think, is the one we're pretty used to. This is from 2021. And these are kind of some of the thicker decals that people are used to. Cartograph, I think most of us feel those were some of the best. The China manufacturer they had previously, we think their decals were a little bit thicker. I never minded those. I had great success with them. This looks like a new manufacturer, and their decals are noticeably thinner, but I also feel they are better cut. I just finished a build for the Cerritos, the California class. I did it as a different ship in the California class line. But using decals from this manufacturer, I can tell you they are very thin. They take a little work to make sure they're de-wrinkled, but very strong. None of them ripped. And we'll probably see the same thoughts when I start decaling my ship today. Well, if you had any doubts about the decals from the old kit fitting on the new kit, or the new decals fitting on the old kit, let those be relieved, because it looks like we have really the same decal outlines on both sets. There shouldn't be any problem with things fitting. We can even see most of these have the same names and numbers. So decal 2, decal 2, decal 8, decal 8. Just the detailing upon them is switched. So same layout for our saucer decals. Here are our lower saucer decals. Very much all the same shapes. All right, it looks like the only real difference is the fantail. So this is my newer sheet where it has kind of a cutout for a fantail door. And on the old one, it just has kind of a long, it just has a long structure covering that bottom piece there. So the fantail decals look like they are the only real change. Otherwise, everything is really in the same places between the two models. It looks like on my new one, these triangles are done as part of the decal. On the older one, you would have to paint those. And once again, our third sheet looks like everything is the same layouts, just different patterns on the actual decals themselves. Old version is on the right, new version is on the left. So we could see the old one, definitely darker colors. You've got some real checkerboarding here with kind of big pieces here. Very stark contrast here. Much more detailed, much more subtle, and looks like lighter coloring back here for the darker areas. So once again, old one, lots of big shapes, very simple kind of blocky patterns, very checkerboardy. New one, very intricate, much less contrast. Same thing on the neck, kind of simple, blocky, checkerboardy. On the new one, very, very intricate, much more subtle paneling. And you can see that from a distance. You can really see how much darker these decals are, how much more subtle these ones are. So they'll fit, but definitely a different aesthetic here on the newer decals. I'm actually pretty excited to be doing this today, because last week I spent the week working on these same sort of decals for the California class, and I feel I learned a lot of lessons that I can use on this build to really make it turn out the way I'd like it to. So the first thing is, with these decals being thinner, you want to make sure they're really moving freely before you try and take them off the paper. I did have a few wrinkles, and upon reflection, I think it's mostly because they weren't moving freely enough off the paper, and that resistance was kind of causing them to stretch a little bit as they came off. So today I have my warm water. I'm going to keep it warm. When it cools, I'm going to switch it out for warm water again. We're going to make sure it's really coming off the paper easily. And then I have a lot of flat brushes here to brush out any wrinkles or bubbles while everything is still wet. Now, last week I also had 2 sheets of decal paper where the decals came off very easily. And I had 3 sheets where the decals took some work to start freeing up and to be able to come off the paper. So we'll see what this set looks like for us today. Now, of course, we're going to start off by misting some water over our surface so there's a little water under the decals to help them move a little bit. All right, this is a good sign. Very warm water, and this one moving just wonderfully here on the paper. I'm going to start with this one because it has this wonderful landmark of this landing leg triangle, and that's molded onto the kit. So we're going to use that to start lining up our decals. We're going to move this off. Let me line that one up. Okay. We just have that tip exactly where it needs to go. Okay. All right. All right, well, now I've got a choice to make, because when I've got that triangle lined up perfectly, the decal's not going all the way to the grid line. We're going to try and cheat it a little bit here. Just pull it out of that triangle a tiny bit. I don't know. I think I want it more in the triangle. Got a little bit of an air bubble there, so we'll try and brush that out. And if I make that triangle match up, I've got a little bit of a gap on either side. So let me see what the next decal looks like. This next one also has some very nice landmarks for us to use. So we're going to start lining this one up once it gets moving freely. So hopefully that'll prevent any wrinkles. All right, I'm really torn here, and I don't want to be negative, but this is just going to drive me batty a little bit, because it's either I have the triangle in the wrong place, or I have like a tiny sliver out here where I don't have a decal. I'm going to try and line up the triangle, and I'm going to just start laying out the next one close to it, and we'll see how well we can cheat things to make it kind of look good. All right, I really wanted a fairly drama-free video today, but that may not be the way things work out. So Yes, the triangle does not match up, and it's better to leave the triangle mismatched because there's just a lot of other things you need to match up. This darker circle has to really line up with these grid lines up here. This one here has to line up with these grid lines, or else your decal simply won't cover it the way it should. So we're going to leave the triangles misaligned, and we'll see how noticeable that is in the final product. But just something that you should know. You know, just like the Cerritos, this is the right color and opacity for this kind of decals. I mean, it just looks great across the saucer. The pattern is intricate but subtle. It lets the original paint color really come on through. Nothing is overpowering here. Nothing is looking fake or out of scale. These kind of real transparent paneling decals look fantastic, especially on something like this, the glossy chrome silver. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep putting these decals on. If I find anything like the triangles or any mistakes in instructions, we'll kind of pause from putting on the decals to let you know about it in the video. But other than that, I'm just going to start decaling this ship and making it look good. At this point, I have finished putting on all of the Aztec decals. The extensive 3-sheet set of decals have all been applied to the ship, and it looks pretty darn good. The final touches for this ship will be applying the decals provided in the actual kit. So the name, the registry, the Starfleet pennants. Now the part that's cut out are the decals that you had to apply while building the model. Specifically the decals for the floor of this underhang, the 2 walls, and there is actually a bridge decal back there by the window. So those were applied while building the model. So off camera, I'm going to go ahead and apply the rest of these marking decals, and then we'll look at our completed ship. All right, before we get to our big final reveal, there are 2 decals that were mislabeled. On the diagram, this decal says it's 60. It is really 67. And that is flipped on the other side where it says it's 67, it's 60. Not a huge deal. You'll be able to tell by the shape of the decals. They don't go where they are on the instructions. It's simply mirrored between those 2. So not a big deal, but hopefully that note helps out a few people. Now, the other thing I'd like to do before revealing my build today is let's take a look at my final pictures of when I built this kit 4 years ago, using the last set of Aztec decals. And while you look at these pictures of that original build, now the paint color is exactly the same. The lighting, I've probably changed out a light bulb a time or two, but by and large, we're in the same place, same lights, same paint. You can see how much darker the dark accents are on the older Aztec decal set. And you can also see how much more of a checkerboard it is. You've got a really striking contrast between the two different colors. When people complain about Aztec decals being a checkerboard and not liking that look, I definitely see that complaint on the older decals. So now, let's look at the new build. So we'll begin without the ship being lit, and we'll just look at some real close-ups here so you can really see what those new decals look like. Very subtle, very intricate pattern, and the darks are much more blended in. As we look at the top of the saucer, I do want to point out how wrinkle-free it is once I kind of had my process down of keeping things wet using that large flat brush to brush out any air bubbles. And that is the way these Aztec decals can really look. Very seamless, everything matches up, great detailing, and very seamless, intricate detail. Continuing on, we have a close look at our engineering hull and neck. There is the pattern on the pylons. And now let's take a look at that detailing across the top of the saucer. And once again, these decals just lie fantastically flat. They fit really wonderfully and just add that little extra something to the model. Now, of course, this model is meant to be lit, so we've got the lights turned on, and here's a look at my completed USS Enterprise from Strange New Worlds. One thing I always love on this kit are these tiny little side lights that are meant to light up those registries. Every version of that classic Enterprise, I love these red stripes going across the nacelles. You can see that Starfleet registry down on the bottom. And of course, you can see the lights up on top of the saucer, shining out against the hull. Now, of course, we've lit those warp chillers. We have lit end caps for the nacelles. And we even have lit little landing lights here for the shuttle bay. That is a cool shot. I love those impulse engines, the warp chillers, and that lit bridge all in the same shot. Close up to that lit hull and pylon. Now, on this boxing of the kit, one of the big changes is that the saucer rim windows are done differently. They kind of curve over that corner, so you've got lights right on that edge. That is a key look for the Enterprise from Strange New Worlds. And here's that classic Enterprise look directly from the front with that deflector dish, and you can see the red warp nacelles behind it. Such a very, very cool model. Wonderful size, wonderfully easy to build, easy to super detail with these Aztec decals. It is, I say it all the time, this is probably one of my most favorite Star Trek models ever. It's just so well done. It looks so good when it's lit up. It's such a great update of the classic Enterprise design. Well, hopefully this video has kind of shown you guys what those Aztec decals are like. Hopefully the videos I've done over the past few months have kind of shown you what you can do with this model kit, the USS Enterprise from Strange New Worlds. Hopefully it's given you a few ideas as you plan out your builds, hopefully a few hints and tricks for how you can make a great looking model. Thank you guys very much for following the channel. Thank you to Cult TV Man's Hobby Shop for being such a great partner in the industry. Thank you to Round 2 and Polar Lights for letting me work on these decals and these review kits. And once again, thank you to everybody who follows the channel, and I will be back soon.